Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Chess. We are continuing on where we left off last time with our rating at 1490. We're going to play some rapid. I'm not going to think too much. I'm going to get into it. Let's play some chess. I'm hoping, last couple of episodes, one was called I Need to Slow Down. That is still true. I need to slow down and actually kind of evaluate the positions that I'm playing. And that is what we need to do. I'm going to start playing e4, e5. You go after my knight. That's okay. That's also kind of okay. So, in check, they bring that out. That goes out. Or potentially that goes out. Scotch game. Let's defend it. I feel like that's the wrong move, but I don't actually know. But at least I'm not rushing. At least I am not rushing. So that potentially makes that move an option. Trying to target this square here. So that could potentially stop that. So let's do that. And make that square not, you know, you can't get there, you can't get to that square, therefore you can't attack this square. We could also try and load up here. Maybe even here. Ah, interesting. Okay. Let's attack this. I've now lost the right to castle, which is okay. Yeah, you're defending that, that's fine. So let me do that, and now you're kind of freaking out a bit. There's also this. Oh wow, look, it's transposition. Is that the word? I can't remember if that's the word. Okay, now you're defending it like that. So that's interesting. So if we want to get to you, we're gonna have to do something interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do that and then this. So now that's a threat. Whoa. That's a strong bishop. If we could try and get rid of that, that would be good as well. I guess we're gonna just get the king active. We're only down a pawn. Structure is all over the place. My opponent has a really nice structure, really, really good. I'm wearing a Game of Thrones t-shirt. It's actually one of my favorite t-shirts. Oh, and the trailer just came out. My goodness, for the new show. Ooh, it looks good. Looks like they know what they're trying to keep this one really grounded, which I'm a fan of. Because a couple of the recent shows, House of the Dragon Season 2, it got a little bit silly. Okay, I need to get my pieces active. So we could try and get... Okay, that combination just gave me my pawn back, gave me the pawn back. I think maybe they missed the knight jumping across, or the check there. They might have thought the bishop is hanging. It's not, because I've got the check, which means you have to deal with that piece, you know? Now we can push here maybe and kind of pressure this. I don't. Oh no, I was gonna say, would that move have been better? But then I just would have taken, and then you can maybe have that. Do you give the rook up or do you take the bishop? It doesn't really matter. That's a threat. There we go. So you've dealt with that. Let's just move an attack. So you've got to kind of go somewhere. Um, Fine. But now I've got the active. So I'm going to stop that. My king is more active. Dang it. Okay, back there, because that's your threat, isn't it? That's where you want to go. So now if I come here, that works. Now here, then potentially that. But now the kings are both active. You know, they're on the same equivalent, but this king's in the center, but can't go anywhere. Obviously, we can't go that way. We can only go that way or sweep round potentially. But if I can get the I don't know. I don't know. We've got lots of time, however. Lots and lots of time. And we got the pawn back, I think. I don't know whether it was a miscalculation from the other guy or from my opponent. I shouldn't say the other guy, my opponent. Or whether or not it was. Ah, interesting. So let's go for it. Anyway, if you like pop across, we just go across as well, and then we actually create something else. Ah, perfect. So that's the threat. So if you come this way or that way, or maybe that, I'm getting in. I feel like I'm getting in. My opponent wants to keep the rooks on the board. I'm also kind of making sure this is kind of blocked off as well. Okay, so if I go here, okay, so potentially this threatening this to take with the check. The king has to go back. So the king moves across early, then that to stop the king coming forward. So that's what I'm going to do. So if that there, then that. But you didn't go across early. Trying my best to not give up a pawn. Obviously, now I definitely want the rook's gone. Don't want to make a mistake with the rooks on the board. So we could do that. That's fine. Because that's the threat now. Take. You're now down 3. That's 2 pawns in two moves. So I think that was a mistake. I think that had to be the move. Because now no matter what, that pawn is becoming a queen. Because there's no check. You know, we tucked the king up. I actually did think getting the king back to this corner was gonna be the right idea. Because when it was all open and the king was out, there were like potential checks to mess me up and stuff like that. So now this. Now this. And there we go. There we go. It had to be honest, it had to be. So, where was the... Back to the start, just a quick review here. So, that's fine. That's not the best move. D6, not the best move. I feel like that was okay. Now we're just down. Should it have been the pawn? Even then, not really. Because now we are genuinely just down a pawn. A little error from our opponent there. And that, yeah, I knew that was a mistake. I knew that. I even said it while we were playing. That had to be a mistake because we take, you take, I take, and we are just even out here. And that's how I got the pawn back. And we give up the bishops, and now we're actually... It's even. After that move is a 0.1 for me, saying I should be going and taking this game from here. These are all the correct moves. Yep, same again. That was an incorrect move. Interesting. I wanted the rooks off the board, but... So here is where I thought you had to do this, wasn't it? Again, I recognize that was a mistake. And now I'm just trying to get the rooks off the board. Not making errors here. That was a... Yeah, no, that's not really an error. There's not much you can do. That was an error. And at this point, it's saying, look, there's actually a chance to get yourself back into it, and it's a draw. As soon as this move comes in, yep, goes to 0.8 because we get the rook, and that's it. There we go. We managed to get the win, and we move back above the 1500 mark, and hopefully we can keep it there for a little bit longer. We'll see. We'll see, but that was a good game in terms of, like, look at that. I finished up on time, like, by quite a lot. Doesn't look like there were any kind of major errors. Two great moves in there as well. It's actually going to show me where the great moves are. Oh, no blunders from me, but 3 mistakes, 1 miss from the opponent. Book, 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 book. That is a book move. Wow. Ah, that's it. It wants to get the... Okay. It's like, don't take, get the bishop out, get involved. Where's my great move? The knight, taking with the knight. Yeah, there we go. These are all best moves. That's an error. That's an error as well. That's my mistake. But then that's your miss. And then we move forward, check, making all the right moves now. Now it's just chaos. Everyone's making the wrong move. It was saying here, look at that. It's saying here, it doesn't matter. Just push the pawn. Stop freaking out. Just push the freaking pawn. That's a great move. How is that a great move? Oh, it's the only move that works. That's why. And even then, there's the blunder. And there's my great move. There we go. So, pretty solid game in the end. You know, one little error. It's saying, stop worrying about the rook. Just push the frickin' pawn. Go and make a queen. Go and take control of the game. It makes sense. Thanks for watching, though, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We're slowly but surely going to improve. We're at 1500 right now. I'm hoping to maybe get to the end of 2025, like a 1550 or maybe even 1600. But I need to take more time and really calculate and, you know, stop rushing everything. Like, when I play rapid, I'm like, oh, I've got to get up on time. I've got to get this, do that. No. Just play. Take the time to think if it's there. You know, that's what I got to do. So thanks for watching. Until next time.